नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नश्चित्तायैश्च भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमं श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. So continuing with the discussion on the Chaitanya Bhagavat by Hiladendra Thakur, Part 2, The Lord's Appearance, Adi Khanda, Chapter 2, Text 30. भागवत रूपे जन्म हैलस बार कृष्ण से जाने न यार ते जन्म जार. Only God Krishna knew which associate to birth as which devotee. The associates who had assisted in the pastimes of Krishna now displayed their respective services to Shri Gaurkanda as Vaishnavas of this world. The original personality of Godhead, Shri Gaur Krishna, personally knew where each of his devotees appeared. Actually, there is a book called Gaur Ganamdesh Deepika. It lists all the devotees who appeared as whom. Like Vrishbhanu Maharaj appeared as, I'm forgetting his name, uh, Kundrik Dhyamiti, and similarly others. So then actually also we can relate to their mood. What was their mood in Krishna Lila? So similar mood on a little different level, but can appear in Gaur Lila. But also at the same time, the Gaur Lila is not just happening here in the material world once. No, it's a Nitya Lila. It happens in spiritual world also. So the point is, means the same associates could be in Krishna Lila and in Gaur Lila. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela in the spiritual world, it also happening in Golok Vrindavan. He doesn't have a separate planet. It's the same planet. So it's happening there also. So Gaur Leela, now it is so special that it is said it happens in the inner core of Golok Vrindavan. Krishna is playing his pastimes there in Golok Vrindavan. But it happened in the very, very center, we can say, or very special place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes happen in Golok Vrindavan. And the devotees could be at both places. Similarly, it is mentioned, now those who are devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they could also, now the same soul, now we say the soul cannot, we cannot do anything to the soul, cannot be cut to pieces, cannot do anything. But Mahaprabhu's mercy, same soul can have two forms, two swarupas in spiritual world also, in Golok Vrindavan. So he could be in Krishna Lila as well as in Gaur Lila at the same time. Just like devotees here, who are eternal associates of Krishna. Uh, so they appeared in Krishna Lila. But just like our Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada. Now he could be in Gaur Lila also and in Krishna Lila also. What's his Swarup? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. But because he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much in his Sankirtan movement, and he is in Krishna Lila also. That's some beauty. And it's unlimited pastimes and space-wise also, it's unlimited. We cannot put a limit. Okay, here it is Brajesh Chorasi course. And now the nine islands. Yes, there could be nine islands, but unlimited space for unlimited passion and doing Sankirtan over there. And we can only imagine the quality of Sankirtan over there. I mean, how ecstatically all the devotees must be chanting and dancing in Gaur Leela. It's just mind-boggling, inconceivable. Text 31. कारो जन्म नवद्वीपे कारो छठि ग्रामे केहराड़े औध्र देशे श्रीहटे पश्चिम. Some took birth in Navadvip, some in Chhattisgarh, some in Pradesh, some in Odisha, some in Srihata, and some in the west. Many devotees of the Lord, such as Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, Sri Jagdanand Pandit Goswami, Pandit Sadashiv, Gangadhar, Shuklambar, Sridhar, Purushottam, Sanjay, Hiranya, and Jagdish appeared in Navadvip. Srila Pundrik Vidyanidhi, Acharya Nidhi or Premanidhi, Sri Vasudev Datta Thakur and his brother Mukund Dutt appeared in the village of Chhattisgarh, presently known as Chhattisgarh. Radhesh refers to places on the western side of the Ganges. Sri Nityananda Prabhu appeared in the village of Echakra or Veer Chandrapur in the district of Birni. Sri Satyaraj Khan and Sri Ramanand Vasu appeared in the village of Kulin, the district of Vardhaman or Burdwan. Shri Mukunda, Shri Narhari, Shri Raghunandan, Chiranjeev, and Sulochan appeared in as Shri Khanda, at Shri Khanda. Many devotees like Shri Govinda, Shri Madhu, Shri Vasudev Ghosh, Dvij Haridas, and Dvij Vaninath Brahmachari appeared at Agradweep. The word Odhra in this verse refers to Utkal, the state of Orissa, which is described in statements like Odhra Kshetra, Orissa is very famous as the abode of Purushottam, Lord Jagannath. And these four sampradayas will appear in Kali Yuga at Utkal from the Supreme Lord Purushottam. Shri Bhavanand Rai and his sons, headed by Shri Ramanand Rai, Shri Vaninath and Gopinath, as well as Shri Sikhi Mahiti, Shri Madhavi Devi, Murari Mahiti, Paramanand Mahapatra, Odisha Shivananda, Prataparudra, Kashi Mishra, Pradyumna Mishra, and many other devotees appeared. So they all assisted in Mahaprabhu's pastime. Srihatta is presently situated in the state of Assam, which is adjacent to Bengal. Many great devotees like Srinivas Pandit, Sri Ram Pandit, Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya, Sri Jagannath Mishra, and Sri Advaita Prabhu appeared in this district. But later they moved to Navadvip, but they appeared there. The word Pashchima indicates the place presently known as Tripur. The Sanskrit name of this place is Tirubhukti. Shripad Paramanandpuri and Sri Raghupati Upadhyaya appeared at this place. They were both disciples of Sri Madhavendra Puri Pad and very intimate associates of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Now, if we go further, okay, at Mahaprabhu's time, they all appeared there. Now, when Srila Prabhupada started preaching, he started preaching from America, from West, and traveled all over the world. Now, I don't know who's who. That's not for me to decide. But so many devotees appeared at all these places. Maybe some of them were made to appear like that. They were purified in the previous births and appeared like that and to assist Prabhupada in his mission. So it's it's pretty much impossible to understand who is who. We don't know. Although um, Prabhupada did tell, like we studied in Prabhupada Leela that my Guru Maharaj has sent you. He told a group of his disciples to send you to assist me in my mission, in this mission. Maybe they were sent by his Guru Maharaj, maybe they were sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, maybe they were just fallen souls and who were uplifted and purified by Prabhupada's presence and they served Prabhupada. You don't know. But at the same, so the point is, What we have to understand is our dealings with devotees. We don't know which devotee has come from where, who he was or who she was in the previous life or previous lives. We don't know. We deal with them based on what we see today, or based what we see, how we see it based on our consciousness. Right now, we might see Mataji and not doing very well. She could be a sannyasi in previous life. We don't know. So our dealing, we have to be very, very careful dealing with it. Very careful. Everybody is on their path to spiritual perfection at whatever speed and at whatever stage they are. We just cannot judge them. All we have to see, yes, everybody is doing wonderfully. And if we can help them and if we can learn from them, great. Otherwise, we carry on with ourselves, our chanting, our bhajan. That's what we have. If we are in, if we are in administration post, then or in some other position, if we have to correct somebody, but the mood should be to make him, how to make him or her progress. That's all. Not to put somebody down, not to do backbiting or leg pulling or play politics. That shouldn't be. So we have to be very, very careful. Like here also, we are seeing so many names, and there's so many other devotees, there are unlimited number of devotees. I mean, if somebody would have met until we read about them, like Srinivas Pandit or Shivram Pandit, people would know. Even Nauti Parsis wouldn't didn't know who were they. Srinivas Pandit is Narad Muni himself. So so now with Prabhupada and established and ISKCON is all over the world, and so many devotees are there. We got to be very careful. We don't know who's who. We just don't know. So that's all. We got to be careful. Nana sthane avatirna haila bhakta gan navadvipe asi haila sabhara nilan. Although the devotees appeared in different places, they all gathered in Navadvip. The words Sabhara Milan indicate that the associates of Gautam that appeared in various impure places in order to illuminate and increase the glories of these places. And later they came to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya in Sri Navadvip and joined his Sankirtan movement. सर्व वैष्णवेर जन्म नवद्वीप धाम में कौन महाप्रिय दासेर जन्म अन्य स्थान में. Most of the Vaishnavas took birth in Navadvip, and some beloved associates appeared elsewhere. Most of the Vaishnavas appeared in various villages of Navadvip, but some of the followers of Sri Gaura, headed by Sri Nityananda, appeared elsewhere. So Nityananda Prabhu himself appeared in Radhadev. Shrivas Pandita, Sri Rama Pandita, Sri Chandra Shekhar Deva, Trailokya Pujita. Shrivas Pandit, Sri Ram Pandit, and Sri Chandra Shekhar are worshipped throughout the three worlds. Shrivas and Sri Ram are described in Sri Kavi Karnako's Gargana Deshupika. That's a book I was touching. As follows. The most intelligent Shrivas Pandit is none other, non different from Sri Narad. And Sri Parvat Muni, who was very dear to Narad Muni, has now appeared as Sri Ram Pandit, the younger brother of Srivas Pandit. So Narad Muni and Parvat Muni, they're very good friends. They're always together, very dear to each other. So he appeared in this Leela as younger brother of Narad Muni. After the Lord took sannyas, Srivas and Sri Ram left Navadvip and resided at Kumarhat. So they could not bear the separation. So they left Navadvip and resided at Kumarhat. Shriman Chandrasekhar Dev was the Lord's devotee uncle, husband of Shashi's sister. According to the Gaur-Ganganesh Deepika, he was one of the 9 Nidhis or Chandra. Srimad Mahaprabhu danced and sang in his house in the mood of Devi for the first time in Bengal. The place where Chandrasekhar's house was situated is now known as Braj Pattam. The huge octagonal temple known as Sri Chaitanya Mutt is situated at this place. It's the center of nourishment for the world famous Vishwa Vaishnav Rajya Sabha. So Vishwa Vaishnav Rajya Sabha, uh, it was started as to bring all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas together. Vishwa Vaishnav Rajya Sabha. And, and just for us to know and appreciate, His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, um, maybe he still is, but he was president of this Rajya Sabha for many, many years. And His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, he took sannyas, I think, at the age of 19 or 20. And in Vaishnav circles, the age of a person is decided by when he took sannyas, or how long he has been a sannyasi, not when he was born. So when he took sannyas, that is the time of his birth, according to Vaishnav's tradition. So according to this tradition, this calculation, His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj is the oldest sannyasi of all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, among all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So he's been sannyasi for such a long, even though others could be older in age, but according to their tradition, your sannyas is the date when you're born. So he is the oldest sannyasi, and they all respect him, and he has been president of this Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha. Deities of the four Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharyas were established on the four sides of this temple. Shri Gaur Gaurang and Gandharvika Giridhari are being worshipped in the middle of the temple. Nityanand Prabhu gave prior information to Sri Chandrasekhar of the Lord's plan to take sannyas. Sri Chandrasekhar was present with Sri Nityananda and Mukund Datta at Katwa when the Lord took sannyas. He duly performed the prescribed sannyas rituals and then returned to Navdeep to inform everyone of the Lord's acceptance of sannyas. The description of the Lord's kirtan in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya prior to his acceptance of sannyas is found in Madhya Khanda, chapter 8 of this book. The presence of Chandrasekhar Acharya during the huge Sankirtan procession to subdue the Kazi and when the Lord bestowed his mercy on Sridhar, Sridhar is Khalavita Sridhar, is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He would accompany the devotees of Bengal to visit the Lord in Nilachal every year. So Braj Pattam is where Chandrasekhar's house is there. And also, now I'm not sure because Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he also established deities of four Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharyas. And probably it's the same place at Chandrasekhar's house. And the deity of Radha Krishna is also. Maybe once we go to Mayapur again, I can remember all these details again and take darshan. Bhavarog Vaidya Shri Murari Nam Yari Shri Hate Sab Vaishnaveda Avatar. They, along with Sri Murari Gupta, who cures the living entities of the material disease, all took birth in Sri Hata. The word Bhavarog refers to the disease of material life. In other words, Bhav refers to the material miseries born of attachment to one's home. So Bhav refers to Material miseries born of attachment to one's home. So we all have experience of that. And that's why we are suffering in this bhavasagar. In this connection, one should refer to J. Goswami's Lagu Toshnikam. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur has referred to Murari Gupta as a Vaidya or doctor. By doing so, he indicated that Murari exhibited great compassion on the living entities who have been averse to the Lord since time immemorial, by destroying the seed of nations and thus curing the disease of rebelliousness. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur has never referred to Murari Gupta as a doctor of simply the material world. The incarnation of Vyasadeva and prime example of one recording the activities of the Lord and his devotees has thus confirmed that it is totally prohibited, hellish and inauspicious to consider Lord Vishnu and the Vaishnavas as belonging to a particular caste and mode of nature. They are in fact transcendental spiritual beings. So he was a Vaidya, but Vrindavan Das Thakur says he was spiritual doctor. Although, reason being, Vaidya or doctor is not a Brahmin, is not a Kshatriya, not even Vaishya, actually, according to the description of caste. So, for devotees not to misunderstand this position, that oh, he's a Vaidya, so he's lower caste. Of course, now doctors are considered very important because they make money. In Kali Yuga, everything is according to how much money you make. Um, but at that time, it was considered not very high caste. But Murari Gupta actually is Hanumanji himself. But he came in this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to serve him as Murari Gupta. So he was considered both a doctor, spiritual and material. Spiritual doctor because he was removing the material disease. The words Vaidya Shri Murari refer to Shri Murari Gupta, the writer of the celebrated book Shri Chaitanya Charita. Of course, later that book was named as Chaitanya Mangal. He appeared, or he on based on his writings, Lochan Das Thakur, Chaitanya. He appeared in a doctor's family in Sri Hatta and later became a resident of Sri Navadvip. He was elder to Srivan Mahaprabhu. And his house is not far from ISKCON temple in Mayapur. In his house, the Lord exhibited his form of Baraha. And during the Lord's Mahaprakash pastime, the Lord revealed to him his form as Ram. Once in the house of Srivas, when Murari Gupta saw both Nityanand and Gautanga, he offered his obeisances first to Mahaprabhu and then to Nityanand. Seeing this, Mahaprabhu told him, "You have violated proper etiquette by offering obeisances first to me." Later that night, the Lord appeared to him in a dream and glorified the position of Nityananda. Early the next day, Murari offered obeisances first to Nityananda and then Mahaprabhu. This pleased Mahaprabhu, who then gave him his chewed betel nut remnants. One day Murari offered fried rice to Mahaprabhu, and next day the Lord displayed his pastime of having indigestion from eating that indigestible rice. The Lord therefore came to Murari Gupta for treatment and drank water from his water pot, saying, "This is the only remedy." Another day, when Sriman Mahaprabhu accepted a four-armed form in the house of Shrivas, Murari manifested the mood of Garuda. The Lord then sat on his shoulders and exhibited his opulent pastimes. They would be in ecstasy, seeing Mahaprabhu in Kirtan, and Mahaprabhu just jumped on his shoulder because Murari Gupta manifested the mood of Garuda, and they went in circles in that courtyard. Once Murari considered that when the Lord disappeared, separation from him would be unbearable, so he decided to give up his body while the Lord was still present. The Lord, who is the super soul, forbade him from his act. Again, this pastime is given in detail later on. On another occasion, Murari offered prayers to the Lord when he accepted the form of Varaha in Murari's house. So many times Mahaprabhu went to his house. His humble entreaties are found in Chaitanya Charitamrita. His attachment to Lord Ramchandra is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in this house of Murari Gupta, which is not far from his own temple, the deities of Ram, Sitaram, Lakshman is there, established here. The word Vaishnavir avatar indicates that the Vaishnavas belong to Golok. They do not possess gross or subtle designations. These residents of Goloka appear in this material world for the benefit of the living entities. The Vaishnavas accept gross and subtle bodies to bewilder the demons and accomplish some task. Those bodies are not their constitutional forms. If fruitive workers consider a Vaishnava low class because of his external appearance, this improper vision makes them offenders. Everyone within 800,000 miles from 800,000 miles from where a Vaishnava appears or incarnates in this world is freed from all material conceptions. Wow, 800,000 miles means the whole material world. One can be freed, of course, if he takes advantage. They then become relieved from the misunderstandings of considering the Vaishnavas as born in a particular caste, as belonging to a particular creed or ashram, as being simply ordinary scholars, or as being objects of mundane enjoyment. The real sadhus who worship Sri Hari and give proper respect to the demigods and Brahmins never fall under the clutches of demonic vehement karmis by disrespecting the Vaishnavas and thereby cleansing and widening their path to heaven. So, so this is how careful we should be in dealing with Vaishnavas and not going by their external, whatever, caste, creed, religion, the place they were born in. They're just immaterial. Okay, I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Jai Shri Prabhupada.